¿Cómo estás? Well, okay. That started recording much more later than I thought it would. So I wanted to talk about uh, my current relationships with my uni friends. Um, I think I love the guys to bits. It's different. Uni friendships are quite different. They are similar in a sense, but I don't know. Um, People say that most friends that you consider friends only consider as acquaintances in the long run. You wouldn't if you separate and go your own ways. You won't. It's not likely that you'll continue to talk with them on a friendship basis. It's really interesting though because I do have a couple of friends that I talk to a lot, even after finishing high school, which is great. Uh, their names are well. This I don't know if I should say their names, but I guess it doesn't hurt. Uh, I've got a friend called Charles. He's great. He's a good listener as a friend. And I don't know where my thoughts would probably go if I didn't have him to talk with. Um, I also have this great friend called Alfred. Sometimes he's a bit odd, I guess. I don't really hate him for it. I quite like his eccentric personality and his jerkish ways. Uh, it's refreshing. I like refreshing people. People who treat you differently or look at you much more differently than normal people would. They're not predictable as most people you would meet in your everyday life. Normal people, they are normal in a sense, but refreshingly normal, if that makes sense. They're individual in their own way. And so this relates to my uni friends because it's quite nice. At first, I was pretty much a loner for the first semester of uni, but I met my friend Chantel, and I was being retarded in class like I usually do when I'm nervous. I tend to be very open and quite silly, and so I was quite friendly with Chantel, just being nice and you know silly, and I didn't think much of her. I just thought of her as a friend I'd see in class, and her and another friend called Susie were just people I'd just talk to in class. Um, Oddly enough, um, one day in our Japanese lecture, uh, well, I met a couple of friends that were related to her as well, like just acquaintances at the time. But the main focus of the story is that Chantal has a way of making people circle around her. I once said that she attracts weird people. It's not insulting in the slightest. I hope it's not, but but the thing is, I don't think she realizes, but she's quite charismatic in her own way, and um, I think the others do agree. They look up to her as a figure that I wouldn't say commands respect. Kind of like you just respect her because she's quite easily likable, and it's fun being around her and everyone else because I think she makes everyone really comfortable in their own way, and people start to act like themselves. I like that because I try as a person to make people uh, more relaxed with themselves or much more open than they usually be with a stranger. Um, and weird thing though, in first semester, I met a girl actually, made friends with her, and just talked and sat with her and talked, and then there would be people sitting around. They'd tend to be very lonely, so I'd turn to them and involve them in the conversation really suddenly, just to I don't know, spice up um, some sort of I don't know what I was doing at the time, but I managed to get this group of people together just by talking to them, and in the end, I was not friends with any of them. They were friends with each other really easily. They clicked, and I think I became like a catalyst for people to become friends. Well, that's what I thought at the time. I like to think that I am. It's quite lonely if I say it that way. Though, just I'm just a catalyst for other people to become friends quicker. Um, but I see Chantel as a bit of that. She's a bit of like a catalyst for people to be more friendly and stuff, and I try to imitate her in a sense. And I like everyone in our group right now. They've got their own little quirks and, and humor. Uh, William and David and Jared. Oh, he's very quiet, but once you get to know him, I really, I'm really curious about shy people. He's shy until you get to know him. He's very energetic, and he's quite excitable. Once you get to know him, though, when I first met him, he was very quiet and soft spoken. I was just like, oh, this guy, is wow, he's so different. I've never seen him so reserved, and when you talk to other people, they're really excitable openly because they're trying to connect with you. But he does his own thing, and that's pretty cool. And there's this thing going on right now, um, with a friend called Sky, and I quite like making fun of her. She reminds me of a younger sister, although she is older than me. But I like being childish around her because she's so easily teasable, and I like to think I'm mischievous, but I'm not naughty. Like my parents once said that when I was younger, I was mischievous. I wasn't annoying, brattish, but I liked doing things that were out of the norm or really unorthodox, like throwing banana peels at pigeons or something like that. Um, but yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, Sky, right? And making fun of her is fun. She doesn't. She isn't mean, but she likes playing along. I think she does, or she just really hates my guts. I don't know. And it's a running joke for her to get teased and for me to get teased in return, which is fair and all. You can't tease someone and like expect them to get teased in return. I mean, a quote pops in my mind: "Do unto others as you would like to them would like them to do unto you." It's like you wouldn't do something to someone if you wouldn't like that being done to you. So if you do something, you expect it to be done to you. If you kill someone, you'd expect to be killed as well. It's a really interesting philosophical thought. I don't know why I had to bring it in there. It was quite random, but yeah. And that's about it. I think just the moral of this little chat thing was just to say I think I will miss my uni friends, and I will miss a lot of people as time passes, because you don't stay in contact with everyone. It's really hard to. You just move on, and I know that will happen inevitably. So I'm quite saddened by it. I don't want that to affect me in enjoying the company I have right now, but it's just a thought in the back of the mind that knows that these good times won't last forever, and you can't expect these friendships, these really great friendships, and you can't expect happiness to last forever. I mean, as a person, you gotta have happiness for yourself. You gotta find things. You gotta be easily entertained, I guess, and it's kind of quite superficial or quite stupid to expect to find happiness from others, because I mean your happiness comes from yourself, and I know that, but I really do enjoy the limited number of days I have with my friends, and I treasure them now much more early than I should, which is quite weird, but makes sense, right? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thanks for listening.